everybody. Wendy Sellers here, the HR lady. Welcome back to our podcast. I am here with my co-host, JC.
Yes, you are.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing. How you doing?
I'm doing good. You know what I want to talk about today?
No idea.
I want to talk about how to both lighten the mood, get stuff done, and still be taken seriously. Wouldn't it be nice if we could have like a little bit less pressure and stress and, drama in our lives, but definitely in the workplace?
No,
we
totally.
really should.
Totally.
And lighten the mood once in a while.
You got to expand your mind to lighten the mood, though, right? I mean, you have to adapt your thinking gently. So I'm going to throw this at you to see if we can gently change your mind a little bit. Wendy, why do melons have weddings?
I don't know why.
They can't elope. Do you get it? So you got to shift your mindset. We get so bogged down in the thought of these blinders that we're in that sometimes we have to consciously move out of that box to then expand our mind in that way, to then be that lighthearted person with the laugh that you can find in a crowd. That's just my 2 cents. Back to you.
Yes, that would be me, folks. The laugh you could find in a crowd. All you got to do is poke me on my side or something, and then everybody knows where I am.
There's a joke there.
Here's the deal. Listen, people are stressed more now than ever. I think in my lifetime, I'm 50 years old. This is the most stressed I've ever been in my life. And it's been like this, I would say, for the past, 4 or 5, even 6 years. But definitely 2025 is incredibly stressful, full of change, full of unpredictability. And it makes it hard to have an enjoyable experience in life, but specifically in the workplace. So you can help your coworkers get through the day, the week, the project, no matter what your role is, by helping to lighten the mood, but still get things done and be taken seriously. Now, you do have to be careful not to cross that line because, hello, I am the HR lady. We can't lighten the mood so much that we're telling raucous, dirty jokes all the time in the workplace or at all, depending on your company culture, because you could get yourself in trouble with discrimination and harassment. So you do got to know who's in the room and, what is right and wrong, what is legal and what is illegal, and then what is just generally allowed or not allowed in your workplace. JC, you ever heard of the book? I think it's a book, 3 Secrets to Happiness at Work.
No.
So
is it on TikTok?
I'm not on TikTok. I don't know. I think I have an account on there, but then I just abandoned it because it was just overwhelming to me. I'm like, I cannot master one more social media. Now, I found this article. It was an article on positivepsychology.com about the 3 secrets to happiness at work, according to research. And so I love that. I love research. I love facts. Facts are important in our life. And, one of the things, or 3 of the things, is, first of all, even just to define work happiness. Work happiness for you and work happiness for me are probably 2 different things. Maybe they're not, but they probably are. I shouldn't just assume what makes you happy makes me happy, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a general rule with humans in general, never mind just coworkers.
No, I agree with you. I question that just gently, that I firmly believe in what you said there. I'm with that, but it's also that power of positivity to a degree, right? Like if you jump into the situation thinking positive and then you throw it out there from a positive perspective, even if you're wrong, you're still running the chance of like having a good moment, unless you're saying Merry Christmas to someone that doesn't celebrate it. And then okay, I side with you. I understand now. I understand.
Yeah, I mean, and also going back to your little joke there about the Merry Christmas to somebody that doesn't celebrate it, just apologize. That's all. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that. Happy holidays, or have a great day. We don't have to take everything so defensively.
Ooh, that's
right?
A good point. In 2023, a survey by the American Psychological Association revealed that 77% of U.S. workers experienced work-related stress in the preceding month, with 57% reporting negative health impacts because of it. And the primary contributors to the stress include high workloads and job demands. That's 80%. Low job control and resources, 60%. Insufficient supervisor support, we all know that one, 55%. Work-family conflicts, 55%. Inadequate rewards like lack of promotions, fair earnings, respect, etc. That's down at the bottom with job security at 50%. So these things are all going through our mind at the same time. And then we got to tack in the emotions to it all. There's a lot going on there. Talk to me. Talk to me.
Oh, yeah, there definitely is. Well, going back to this article from positivepsychology.com, the article is called Happiness at Work. And again, I love the fact that it was based on science. It said 3 secrets to happiness at work is positive emotions, engagement, and meaning, or a meaningful life. And just those 3 things, I don't think I even have to explain what they are, but just showing positive emotions could be as simple as, and unfortunately we say this a lot, and it is true, fake it till you make it. Have that smile on your face. And then maybe if you do read something funny or listen to a silly dad joke by my co-host JC here, it will make you laugh and you could turn your frown upside down. So positive emotions, warmth, comfort, just saying to somebody, hey, how was your day? Hey, how was your kid's baseball game yesterday? Because I remember you told me about it. Now you're moving into, you're engaging them. You're engaging them to know, I listen to you. I care about you, not only as a worker and a coworker or an employee, but an actual human. And then that wraps it up with, a meaningful life. Belonging to something, serving a common good, and saying, I belong to this team. So what we're talking about today, the secrets to happiness, so to speak, this isn't just from management perspectives. This could be from anybody. You do not have to be a manager to help your coworkers or help other humans be happy.
In 2023, the American Psychological Association reported that 92% of workers consider it critical to work for an organization that values their emotional and psychological well-being. And additionally, Gallup's 2023 Global Emotions Report indicated that over 70% of people worldwide experienced positive emotions such as enjoyment, smiling, or laughing, and feeling well-rested on the previous day. Back to you.
Well rested. What the heck is that?
Clearly, they're not in HR, Wendy, so,
Well, I would even say it's not even HR, it's pretty much everybody. We have so much going on in our lives, regardless of where you are, what type of role you're in. If you're in management, an employee, you're in HR, you're in the United States, you're in Canada, whatever it is. But we have a lot being thrown at us, and that definitely does cause stress. I saw a stat that said in 2025, this year, stress levels specifically in the U.S. are at an all-time high with election chaos and a new president and massive changes, rising global costs, rising cost of groceries and eggs, of course. We've seen enough of that. Health concerns, work pressures, relationship demands that almost 40% of Americans report on a regular basis a high level of stress. And we really need to, as HR or whatever your role is listening to this today, we need to make it a little bit easier for our employees to say, hey, I'm stressed and I need help. I'm stressed. Can we move that deadline? I'm stressed. Can I get a day off? And it's going to be hard for the rest of the team. But hey, if they're not good, they're not going to be good for the rest of the team either.
In 2024, the Employee Benefit Research Institute's Workplace Wellness Survey found that 50% of American workers expressed moderate concern about their financial well-being. And that statistic underscores the growing importance of self-care initiatives in the workplace. As financial stress remains a primary driver of poor mental health and reduced productivity, employers investing in financial counseling, stress management programs, work-life balance policies, it can all help mitigate those concerns, leading to improved employee well-being and overall workplace performance. Wendy, what do you think about some of those programs, and how do we capitalize on that and say, yeah, I don't just have these programs, but how do you begin to champion those at the next level with a new perspective and understanding here?
It's interesting because I almost want to say lean into the younger generations. The younger generations seem to be much more willing to accept help, where the older generations, and I don't really say which one, which generations there is. I'm Gen X, but it seems like the older you are, you're less willing to accept help. And maybe because you don't trust the company. Oh, if I tell them I'm having a mental health crisis, if I tell them, I'm having a babysit issue or whatever it might be, they're going to make me, leave the job because I'm not able to perform or behave the way I need to. So we really have to just let our employees know that it's okay to ask for help. help, that it's 100% okay to ask for help. Make all of those, if you have those benefits, you probably have an employee assistance program. If you don't, by the way, you can get them on your own. Most employee assistance programs go through the healthcare insurance program, which doesn't always make sense to me. But finally, especially during the pandemic,
I don't understand that. You got to explain that a little bit.
I think it was so there's the health insurance companies, they added on a service to selling health insurance, dental insurance, all of those things. And they say, oh, if you buy this health insurance, we will throw in there on our plan an employee assistance program that you can call a phone number and make an appointment and get financial counseling, mental health counseling, whatever it might be, divorce, help, things like that. Something that doesn't really relate to health insurance, but they put it in there as a benefit. And then we all ran with it and said, okay, the only way you can get an EAP is through the health insurance plan. But Wendy, I don't have an EAP. Now, especially during the pandemic, there are a ton of options. You can just Google employee assistance program and you're going to see a bunch that you can buy without a health insurance. It's not connected to health insurance and it's probably cheaper and more effective because that's exactly what they do. And most of them are free to the employee. At least a couple of them are free, 2, 3 to 5 visits, or they're cheap. But why the heck would we, as HR managers, want to be helping our employee with their divorce? First of all, I'm not qualified to help them with that. So I should not be helping them with that. But I want to because I care about them. So the quick fix and the easy solution is giving them the EAP brochure, letting them know it's completely confidential. Nobody will know you called. We just get head counts. That's it. Call. It will help you. It'll help you give information, get information that you need to, get through your personal stuff, whatever's going on, come back to work and be engaged and ta-da, help us finish projects. Wouldn't that be nice?
It would be, actually. It's not bad. I just start to immediately think about the copays and the cost of the health insurance going up through the utilization. But that's a different story for another time.
Yeah, that's a different story for another time. In fact, I actually think we're going to be having a health insurance agent come on soon on one of our podcasts. So we will ask them those questions. But above all, just know it doesn't have to be connected to your health insurance. I don't like it to be, because if I fire that health insurance company, now I have to find a new EAP and my employees have to kind of start over. So I have some questions for you, JC, and you may not have the answers to this, but we can look it up together.
Sure.
What are some ways to lighten the mood among your coworkers? No bias, no discrimination, no bullying, no harassment, just good, clean fun.
Yeah. When I was in the Marine Corps, we used to kidney punch each other. We would drink a full canteen and then just kidney punch each other and see who peed first.
Don't do that, people. Do not listen to him. Edit this. No.
That's not a good thing it was a good thing in the Marine Corps. I don't know.
Well, you know what? That's a different time and a different place.
Fair enough.
No, the answer is no.
All right.
I like to just have fun, just have good old clean fun. Practical jokes would be fun, but you do have to be careful because you might actually, really offend somebody, and somebody may be going through a hard time, nothing to do with the workplace. And because you don't know them and you're unplugging their USB mouse from their port, but not fully removing it, and can't figure out why their mouse isn't working, it may be funny, but to them, it may not be. So you have to really get a handle on who are my coworkers and how long am I going to let this go? Just be careful.
That reminds me, at the TV station years ago, it was April Fool's Day. But we basically took everything at this gentleman's desk and turned it upside down, like literally everything. And yeah, he wasn't happy. It was funny, but it wasn't. Yeah, it was a bad day.
Yeah. Just remember, and I know most people that are listening today are HR or, wearing the HR hat. We do have to make sure that our employees know what our policies are, where the line is, if you're sending jokes through emails or meme threads and everything like that, or maybe it's not through emails, maybe it's through text messages or some other program that you use, such as Slack or whatever it might be. Just make sure that you that are listening today do set up some kind of guidelines. But the good news is there are great statistics about having fun at work. Go ahead, JC.
A 2023 study published by Occupational Health Science found that employees who experienced humor or work related humor reported lower levels of burnout and higher job satisfaction. And a report by the EEOC noted that harassment remains one of the most frequently filed workplace complaints, with over 28,600 harassment charges filed back in 2022, many involving verbal conduct, including inappropriate jokes. And that may also include inappropriate emails, Slack messages, etc. Things to think about. Back to you.
Yeah. And just remember that if you are, emailing or texting or putting in writing any of these inappropriate jokes or anything like that, now HR has it on file that you violated their policies. And you may think your emails are deleted, but they are never, ever, ever, ever deleted.
Question now. Okay, taking the humor and HR to the next level here. We're talking about in the workplace. Now let's just real quick, in regards to the humor, some employees like to become friends on the Facebook or the social medias, and they might be exchanging jokes after hours in their own free time online, but it might also be seen by others and it might be deemed slightly inappropriate. Is there a line that's being crossed there, or is that freedom of speech and someone doing something in their own time?
So there could be a line that's being crossed for sure. If you make somebody uncomfortable outside of work and they're forced to work with you inside of work, it is still potentially harassment and discrimination. So they can't quit their job, or they could, but that's now you're forcing them out of a job. If you annoy them so bad and it's borderline bias, discrimination, harassment, bullying, and they say, you know what, I can't work with JC anymore because he's doing that. And all they have to do is say that to me, the HR lady, and I go, okay, well, we're getting rid of JC then because he just violated all our policies and he's making you uncomfortable back in the workplace. So come on back to work. He's gone, and we'll make sure that we do a new training on what harassment and discrimination and bullying and downright just unprofessionalism means in this company, what we allow and what we don't allow. With that said, if you want to lighten things up at work, just start easy, bring in some cookies, bring in desserts, bring in a flavored coffee, maybe have an ice cream social where everybody sits around and they tell some, stories about vacation or something like that, but set up some rules, okay, to keep it clean. If you do want to get a little more raucous with your coworkers, please do it in your own time and make sure that everybody that is present is okay with it. But if, as the HR lady, I'm going to have to just go ahead and say, be very, very careful and probably don't do it. Go ahead, JC.
Yeah, we had a company outing not long ago and got together with a few of the coworkers who went to the aquarium. I didn't stay long, though. I mean, there was something fishy about the place, but yeah, they enjoyed it.
I could go on and on and on about this. Here's the deal. I want you to have fun. I want you to bring smiles to people's faces. I want you to have, share good things about your life, not too, in detailed or personal. And I want people to know that, you know what? You're a human and it's okay to come to you if they have a problem. You don't need to be a manager for somebody to lean on your shoulder. Just don't let them take advantage of you. So with that said, remember that work is a big chunk of your life. Don't let it suck. We hope this information has been helpful. Thanks for joining us and take care, everyone.